Hello people, welcome back to DutchModeling. Today with another inbox review. It's a little bit shiny outside, but it's with a very special thanks to IBG Models for providing me this review sample so I can show you all what's in the box. And it's, like I said, the IBG Models 3RO Italian truck. It's a 1/35 scale. Kit number is 35052. As you can see, it's an Italian cargo truck. A bit of a shame you won't get the figure with it. Would have been cool if you would have. Well, this is what you get. You see here with a closed canvas loading area. You get the chance also to build it open. On the side, you got a little bit warning in German, Polish and English. Then you got also available, it's not two other 3RO trucks. One with an howitzer, a troop carrier and a Chevrolet. On this side you got again box height and kit number. Here you got it painted up and built up. It's made in Poland. There's nothing on the back. So let's open the box. Let's see what's in there. Instruction sheets, a little bit of photo etch and the decals, and nice crispy plastic parts. Put this aside. All of them. Ja, leakers telefoon. Clear parts, and then the box. It goes here, so we can put everything back together. And let's start with the instruction sheet as usual. In the front, got some explanation. The color callouts are for Vallejo Model Air, Hataka Colors, Live Colors, Mr. Hobby and AK Interactive. And normally you don't see it, but they actually have all a good color for this range. You got the photo edge, you got the decals. It says a 3D designed and researched. So there's a thank you to, I'm not even going to say how it's his name because I will screw that up so much in so many different ways. Got the sprue map as first. It's all CAD made, as you can see. They are named. You get frame A, but you need really good eyes to find out the lettering, because these look more like actual pictures of the frames of these sprues. So transparent. There are two. There are two. Correctly. Then we start with step 1, assembling of the wheels. Make 2 and again make 2. So we got the double air wheels here. Then we start with engine building up. I like this because you build it up here and you got a picture how it should look like. Step 3, more parts of the engine. You build it up here and you can see how it looks like. And I'm just going to look what that means. Yeah, this mainly means element after assembly, so actually this is done. And now you got the dark 3 here, that means you need to use this one. That's basically it. Kinda, yeah. Step 4, more engine parts. Again, how it's supposed to be looking. Another part here, and again, how it's supposed to be looking. Which is kind of nice, so you can check your own work. Axle, transmission, frame, or what we call it in English, the chassis. More chassis parts, axles here, being built up completely with the steering rig. Put work on the chassis, air cylinder, leaf springs, step. As you can see on the inside a little bit, the photos are faded. You can see it here as well. Oh, be careful that you don't miss any parts because the instructions fade out a little bit. More chassis work, heavy duty leaf springs. You turn it on here, put on there. Axle, which will be the front axle. Then the transmission goes in here. Air tank is there. You can see here how it's supposed to be fitting. What's this? Oh, it's a PE part. Okay. Rear axle. And more parts for the chassis here, chassis girders, axle, drive shaft. Sorry for that. Then spare wheel, including the storage rack for the spare wheel here. There's a whole lot of bending, all on a 45-degree angle. I really wonder how these. That's that way probably. Guess. Engine goes in, radiator is being placed. The crank to hand crank the engine is being placed. That's cool. I haven't seen that before. It's a cool thing to add. Crank starter. Starter crank. Crank starter, starter crank. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Here's a lot of PE parts going on. Very thin PE parts. It's all seem like just rods. Don't know what. And again here as well, PE 23, 20. These, for some reason all the PE parts look like rods. Very small, thin rods. So, we'll see. And next up, again, all the PE parts being added afterwards. You can all PE. Front wheels, double-head rear wheels go on. Then we go into the inside. This is the driver's. This is strange. The cab, brake, shifter. Details of the interior should be painted in the camouflage colors unless stated otherwise. So it's very easy paint job. Everything is one color. Why is this a right-hand drive? Okay. I never knew Italians had right-hand drives. Huh. Might be something behind it. But okay. Working the cab, building it up. Side, back, sides, the front, PE. Here, more. Dash, steering wheel, grab handles, all kind of little handles. The clear parts go in, pedals, then bottom, rear, front, and the door panel. And there's an option between having the doors open and closed. The other door panel on the roof, horn, lighting, and everything goes on. Ring mirrors go on, and again option doors open and closed, so that's kind of logical. Then the cab goes on to the chassis. And there's a part that kind of looks like an exhaust being placed here as well. Braces, the steering rod, and again from the steering as well to the axle. Then the front, the radiator grille, the sides and the hood, or bonnet, depends on where you are from. Sorry, but that's my phone. Or my watch. Fenders. The hooks to close the engine compartment, which is a shame because you got a pretty detailed engine and you close up completely. So I would kind of see if you can work this open, but that's me. Fender on the other side, lights being on, and the same bolts and everything. More photo etch parts back on the chassis girders. More photo etch here and more photo etch there. Then the exhaust is being installed here and all around, as you can see. And now you can have to see with the cargo area with or without the tarp. And here you start working on the cargo area with the tarp, as you can see. Then the fenders go underneath, the lights, steps, and everything's going underneath as well. And then here's again is a little bit of a difference. For the version with battery in the frame, use parts. With the version without the battery, only so there's one part less. No clue where you're going to put in the battery because nobody ever told us before. Storage boxes and everything go on here. And again, with or without battery, you have to make a change. And again, storage box on this side. Or are these supposed to be fuel tanks? No, these are not supposed to be fuel tanks. Those are, this will be the fuel tank. But that's kind of not possible because if you, this is not a fuel tank. These are not fuel tanks either. These are storage compartments. This thing apparently has no fuel tank. That's strange. But that's a problem for later. And then you put a storage tank on this side as well. This is an air cylinder, this is not a fuel tank. Then it's done. With the tarp, without the tarp, you start basically the same. Without the tarp. This is all the same, this is all the same. But then the real work becomes, because you have to put all these in and all these over and all these under, and it's gonna be a shit ton of work. And I've seen that part. I haven't spoken about the cleanup yet. So after all this done is work is done. 20 hours later, you put it on and you put this on, and it's basically all the same. And then you got the colors. It's a green. And you got a, for a unknown unit, you got a sand yellow for the L2 artillery group, North Africa. And you got the green again for Tunisia in 42-43, and the other one was 42, so halfway through the war. And these are the instructions. That's that. And let's see, let's start with the photo etch and the decals. Ow, that almost hurt. Yes, ow, that almost hurt when I said it. Let's see what's in here. Printed by TechMod. There's a whole lot of space and not a lot of. They all look good. They all look in register. I cannot read Italian, so I'm not even going to try. I'm going to show you close up. They look pretty good to me. I can read it, so. But you can see him, and that's the most important thing. Put back in the protective sleeve. And the photo etch protected from both sides. It's always good. And there actually are a whole lot of very, very, very thin rods. You can see there. So that's gonna be tricky, because before you got them off, they probably are gonna be bent to hell and back. So that's, yeah, gonna be interesting to say the least. Let's start with the plastic parts, and I'll start with the biggest of them all. That's completely done, tarred up back part, which is pretty big, as you can see, very well. Only 8 screw gates. Nice texture, molding. There's no texture, but a nice molding on the top for the sagging. That's nice. It's very crisp. It's very crisp. For one massive part this is, there are no short shots, so no sinkholes. That's impressive. The rivet detail is very nice. There's a little bit of a miss here, but that doesn't really matter because it looks like somebody touched it with his fingers before it was dried. I'll show you in a second. But probably it will be just mine. There's just one thing This is all wood. And there's not a single piece of wood grain there. That's a shame. And with the tarp lines, the cabling here will be hard to bring it in. This absolutely. Does it allow me to get closer because of the. There. You can see there. That's all wood, but there's no grain. And there's, well, this is damaged, but where is it? You can't even see it on camera. Can you? There, there's a little bit of damage, but I'm guessing it's just mine. And this is better. This is better. See, it's very crisply molded. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's even the detail with the cabling and everything. That's perfectly. That's really nicely done. Again, the top here, you see the ribs. But that's nice. And then there's no wood grain. That's a missed chance, IBG. And I know you can make. This is going to be pretty quickly. Yeah. Once in, once out, never in again. Sounds like my ex. That's a shame. Could be so much, just that little bit nicer. Now the fun part, because these are the ribs underneath the tarp if you're gonna do it yourself. So we got 4 sprues. I'm gonna take 3 back, and that's why I see when that meant there's gonna be a shit ton of cleanup. Because there's gonna be a shit ton of cleanup. That's the rib. This part, the middle part, the tiny part. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sprue gauge per rib, and then you got the connecting parts. Let's go up and under. So that's another ton. There's no detail on this whatsoever. They don't need to. They got some little notches on the top. Hope you can see there. There's little notches, so you got the length to put in there, so you know where to glue them, and you got to kind of line them up nicely. So that's cool. But this, and you have 8 to do, and then you got these. So yeah, looks good. Nice idea to give you the option to have the tarp removed, but you have to have the patience of a saint to do it. And me and patience are not really good friends. You got the wheels, and I think there's just one kind. Yeah, so I'm going to take one out. These are hard starting wheels, so there's nothing. They're half open, so you're going to put something in, and you can see the glue line there as well, so that's going to be a nice tight fit hopefully. And they're Pirellis, which is nice. You actually got a brand name. The thread is pretty good, it's not too deep, it's a little bit sharp on the edge, but you can have to really. So, and you can see it, Pirelli. And the thread, it's nice. And then you can see there, there's a glue line in there. So a little bit of cleanup, of course, because you got the cross here, but that won't be a big problem. But yeah, they look good. So next bag, we got 2 of the same. You can see. Seems to be the inside of the wheels. You have the Pirelli logo. Brake discs. Some small stuff here. Not really sure what this is, but we'll see later on. Let's see there. actually in mirrored. The other side, no, this is supposed to be mirrored apparently. Oh, no, it's just because I'm filming it mirrored. It's all mirrored, of course. So that's that one. These are the parts of the flatbed, or the cargo area, whatever you want to call it. The wooden boards, on the sides and the rear. Complete lack of wood texture. The metal details and the rivets look very good. But again, there's a complete lack of wood texture, so that's kind of a shame. See here. It's a shame, they should have done this better, but well, maybe next time. And this is the part when you do the cargo area without the draping over it. Okay. Double screw. 4 screws in one bag. One second. We got the bed, and this. Very good question. What this is? I think this is the. I'm guessing this is the chassis on the back. It's one part. So probably for this then. I'm not sure what this is. This actually is the loading for the cargo floor. Again, it looks like wood, but there's no wood texture whatsoever. Just one massive piece. Yes. So, and then here's the cargo floor. Like I said. There's no texture to it whatsoever, which is a bit of a shame. It's wood, so. We got the roof, the cap, another part of probably the front of the cargo area, the wall between the cargo area and the driving area. I guess these are the front fenders. This is firewall. This is the windows. And here's the steering wheel. And these are walls that go next to here, I think. Again, no wood texture whatsoever. This is ripped. Looks good, but again, no texture to it. Inside again, no texture whatsoever. Oop. This is where the steering wheel goes, and the pedals, the gas and brake pedal. Some levers will be placed in here. So this is the part of the this is the engine part, firewall. Again, detailing isn't too bad, to be honest. I'm really missing that wood texture. It's a shame. But then again, you can see here again. The rivet detail is the molding is very crisp. The detail is very sharp, so that's not a problem. And here's the roof of the cab, and again with the picturing there, the two fenders, nicely molded. The rear end of the cab, rear wall, and on the other side, this is the driver's part and the co-driver's part. This is where the steering wheel comes and the pedals on the bottom. So, and again, like I said, no texture whatsoever. So that's kind of a shame. Again, next bag, 2 screws. 2 different screws by the looks of it. So, yep. Steering wheels, axle, transmission parts, engine parts, levers, the exhaust. So one piece, that's nice. Belt. Could say the cooling fins, cylinder head. Yeah, these are mostly engine parts by the looks of it. Go over it. There you are. See there. You can see the fins there. Steering wheel, here's the exhaust. Port 1. This is where the crank goes, when the starter crank. Like I said, that's a nice detail. There's some bits and bobs there. The other sprue has the front, the radiator, the sides of the engine bay, engine parts, the heavy duty leaf spring suspension with nicely modeled leaf springs there. The air cylinder. This is part of the radiator as well. This is probably for the spare wheel. This is the spare wheel part as well. This is a flywheel, engine parts, and a drive shaft. So there's some nice detailing here on the outside of the engine bay, engine compartment. But on the inside there's no detail whatsoever, so it would be nice to open it because you can see. But these are all vents basically, but they go nowhere. So actually even you probably have to open them individually, and that will be a lot of work. Let's get over the parts again. This is the drive shaft. General parts. There, the leaf springs. Nice molded leaves. Separate leaf spring suspension. There's a flywheel by the finger. Engine bay parts. There are the sides. The bonnet or the hood. There's part of that's the radiator housing. That's for the spare wheel. I think that's the radiator. And then on this side, more parts. We're almost finished with the screws. There's a little bit of noise in the background, guys. Sorry for that. The missus is making dinner. So, in between this review, you can enjoy sounds of food being prepared. And a food being prepared is good food. Then we got these ones. Nice resealable bag. Not sure what these are. These seem to be those. Yeah, these are the toolboxes, storage boxes. They go on the side, so we got 4 of these. So you can go back. This will be a quick one. And well, it's very simple. It's the back wall that goes there, and some hinges molded, a lock molded, and that's basically it. So there's not a lot, you can see. And this kind of confirms my suspicion that these are not fuel tanks. So I'm very curious where this thing has its fuel tank, because the roundish thing you saw underneath, that should be a air cylinder. So I don't see a fuel tank anywhere. It's probably, yeah, drive from air. shattered dreams of the Italian military. Sorry. Headlights, hose, air cleaner filters, another box, hook, all sorts of small stuff. It goes for engine. See the manifold there, the exhaust manifold, and mostly engine parts and engine bay parts here. Like I said, here's some lights. So will be light fixtures. That's flexible hose. There's another toolbox. Guess it's two, but there's no. Yep. Let's see, there's the exhaust manifold. Some small stuff there. There's all kinds of stuff to see. For, like I said, I think it's mostly engine bay parts and stuff like that. Engine bay, transmission, that works. And after this is the last sprue, then we only got the clear parts left. These are very large parts. It's chassis girders. These are the front fenders, sides of the engine block, the top of the housing of the engine, the hood or the bonnet, the bench for the driver and the co-drivers. Don't guess this is the flooring of the cab, top of the bench. Don't know what this is. I'm guessing this goes here. I think this is the bench, this goes on top of there. What's this then? Kind of looks, the spacing is about the same, so good question. Next one. And a exhaust pipe. Number plate, holder. So, yep. Quick go over. The engine bar, the light, box for the, maybe that's where the fuel is being held, I don't know. And there's the cover, the sides, the fenders, nicely molded. That this is probably better. You can see how they are molded really high up. That's nicely done. The block, the engine block there, one side and the other side, and then here are the chassis girders in total length. And this is basically it. Goes in here, goes in there, and then all we have left is the clear parts. So these are the clear parts for the headlights, which are very clear. There's no normal striping. These are just clear parts. As you can see, no visual markings on there. And here we got the front windows, the windscreen, and the one in the those in the back. And again, they are pretty clear. As you can see, a little bit of magnifying effect there, that one as well. So that's nice. And I think that was the last one. So, yep, everything is in here again. That's a wonder, I didn't think it would fit again. A very big part there. Which brings us to the end of this review of the IBG models 1/35 scale 3R0 or O 3RO Italian truck, Italian cargo truck. Most of the part very nicely molded. Looks good. It doesn't look too hard to be built either, so that's a plus as well. It's just the missing wood texture on the sides. It's a shame, but most of the the areas you can change the texture for yourself. You can apply it yourself with a little knife or a saw. Just drag it across. You kind of have to be careful for the metal struts though, but wheels look very good. Kind of shame you don't have the figure, but all in all, a very nice kit. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the review. There's a little bit of herders, a little bit of sound in the background. Sorry for that, but that's life. And well, like and subscribe, please. And hope to see you next time. Bye bye.